The mission statement uses two verbs to define the district's purpose: to empower and to inspire. Fine. Missing from our purpose is the verb to teach. The mission statement says we want our students to explore, to imagine, to pursue personal passions. It doesn't say we want them to learn. We have an educational mission statement that doesn't include teaching and learning. Considering all of the botched initiatives and unintended consequences we have already subjected our students to, I hope that further changes will be rolled out slowly, carefully, and as choice pilot programs so that implementation becomes a thoughtful process of fine-tuning and expansion, driven by data, rather than a rushed mess of fervent hopes and unintended consequences.
My concern is twofold. One is that this came out at the community forum and seems to go against what the board has already established as a policy on levels. And secondly, every year during elections, we hear about we want more transparency in the school district. And one thing I noticed is in that strategic direction, which is very vaguely worded, there's no discussion or mention of this new direction that we're going to be going in terms of levels no longer being around.
And more than 160 people in our community signed our petition to ask you to slow this process down. And I'm going to read the petition because I want it in the record. We want it in the record. The school district of South Orange and Maplewood has presented a new strategic direction that calls for transformative changes to all of our district's classrooms. The Board of Education plans to vote adoption of the new strategic direction on February 16th and implement the associated changes beginning August 2016. The proposed new mission statement promises to create a learner-centered environment, a term for which the district has not provided a definition. Although not defined, a learner-centered environment has specific meanings associated within the educational context, and this implementation will significantly alter our curriculum and how our classes are taught. Our community is completely unaware of the magnitude of these changes. We believe the timeline associated with this extremely important undertaking is significantly rushed and urge the Board of Education to reconsider the timing and the process itself. We call upon the district and the Board of Education to undertake a vetting process which not only illustrates these potential changes, but more importantly provides empirical data supporting why these fundamental changes will benefit our students before holding this important vote. We believe this vetting process should also explore alternative paths to improve our educational system beyond adopting a learner-centered environment. We strongly urge the Board of Ed to modify the mission statement and strategic plan to include the fundamental concepts of academic excellence and content-rich curriculum. We do not understand why these central tenets of education are not included in the new vision.
I'd like to bring to public record Seth Boyden. In reviewing the strategic direction and the numerous documents, I have not heard any mention of this school, which is the most segregated and underfunded elementary school in our district. I attended the Education Summit about reimagining Seth Boyden, and a lot of great possibilities and ideas were suggested, as well as even turning it into a magnet school. However, my concern is that the zone community be included in the decision-making process, as well as have the privilege to opt out should the school not fit the need of their child. I am a proud supporter of music and the arts. However, I'd like for all of us to keep in mind that there must be a balance of science and technology offered as well, and that these programs be made affordable to all.
There are a lot of strengths and interesting things with that type of model, but if it's not with some direct instruction, it's really not effective. And unfortunately, that's what I see in WIN, and even in my daughter's science class, which was the example I shared at the meeting on Tuesday. So all of these things make me very, very concerned. That said, I think even more of a concern is that people are already on the committees and the training is scheduled for Friday. So while I appreciate you listening to all of our concerns, I wonder if this is just a done deal, you're going to rubber stamp it, and what we're saying now really isn't going to have an impact, even though I hope it will.
Please take a breath. Please take a breath and listen to everyone who's spoken tonight. So many members of this community have come out, and they have begged you to take a breath. I know you feel like you have to pass this plan tonight. There's this tremendous amount of pressure. I can feel it on your shoulders, but you don't. You don't.